Another thing that's going on right now in politics, Secretary of State Wes Allen is wanting, pushing a bill. I forgot who the representative senator is to ban um, people not born in the United States from serving in office. Is that even constitutional?
In my judgment, it is not constitutional. It violates the due process clauses of the Fifth and 14th Amendments. It violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, and it violates the Naturalization Clause, which empowers the federal government, not the states, to control who can become citizens and what their rights and responsibilities are once they become citizens. So, in my judgment, it's wholly constitutional. And I don't know if you saw it, but I wrote an op-ed on this subject matter. And the three individuals involved, Wes Allen, a fellow by the name of Marques, who's running for Congress down in Baldwin County, and a senator by the name, I think it's Chesteen.
Donnie Chesteen.
They have done more to help Democrats win elections than anybody in the state of Alabama in my lifetime, because you've got roughly 19 or 20 million Americans who are naturalized citizens who are registered to vote. And now you've got a bunch of yahoos who are Republicans sending the message that Republicans want to make these 19 to 20 million voters second-class citizens. Now, if I'm a Democrat strategist, I beat that like a drum. I try to get the votes of every one of these naturalized citizens by talking about how much the Republican Party hates them, as evidenced by what Allen, Chesteen, and Marques in Alabama want to do to them. And so to me, it's political suicide. And they're not going to win. It's, as soon as it goes to court, it's going to get struck down. Now, I'm sure that Wes Allen thinks that this is a good position to take in order to help him be elected to a higher office. Same thing for State Legislator Marques down in Baldwin County. He wants to be United States Congressman. So he thinks, hey, I can support this bill and it'll help me get elected. You know, it's a campaign kind of gimmick. But gosh, it sends an awful message to people who are now fellow Americans who have become citizens the right way. And I most strongly oppose the efforts of Allen, Representative Marques, and Senator Chesteen.
There's only a follow up with that last question. Do you think this type of xenophobia by Allen is going to play well with the voters?
Well, there are some bigots in all the states in the United States of America. And yeah, the bigoted vote is now headed towards Wes Allen and Legislator Marques and Senator Chesteen. But still, it's just wrong. You know, these are our fellow American citizens. If you don't like the citizenship laws, if you think they're too expansive, we'll change the citizenship laws. But once they have complied with our laws, they live in the United States of America for the required period of time. They've dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's. They haven't committed criminal offenses, and they've become citizens. They are, by definition, one of us, and we should treat them with all of the respect that we treat any other American citizen. So, yeah, I am personally affronted at what these three Republicans have done. I think it's a bad image for the state of Alabama. It brings back Jim Crow thoughts. It's a bad image for the Republican Party. And quite frankly, I'm really surprised that more Republicans have not been outraged by the submission of this legislation. I might be the only one who has the only Republican who's taken a public stance against what these three gentlemen seek to do. And to me, that's astonishing. Where's everybody else who believes in equal protection? Where's everybody else who believes in the United States Constitution? Where's everybody else who thinks we ought to treat our fellow citizens in a good way? Where are those people?
I wrote something on it
Congressman.
and posted it. And sorry, Brad, let me tell you this. Posted something on it, and it got a lot of shares in a lot of Facebook groups, and there was a lot of people that was upset about this egregious act by them.
Well, they ought to be upset. It's wrong. It's borderline evil, if not evil. And I'm just I don't know where their thinking caps were when the three of them huddled together and decided that this would be a good thing to do. I really don't. It baffles me. And it's going to hurt the Republican Party nationally in a big way. And by the way, I forget the numbers, but there's something like 70,000 naturalized citizens in the state of Alabama. And a significant number of those are also registered to vote. Now, if these folks take offense at being relegated to second-class citizenship, and they should take offense, and they hold the Republican Party accountable, that changes a lot of elections nationally and some elections in the state of Alabama. It's just, it's horrible, the conduct itself that they are advocating, but it's brainless that they would even try it, even if they harbored those kind of thoughts where they want to discriminate against fellow Americans. I just don't get it.